Welcome to Perfect World News, your only source for all perfect news. It's perfect.
I love that new opening. Everyone looks so much like their real-world creators.
Our topic for tonight is how video games have impacted our more realistic counterparts. Is our world good, bad, or just plain boring? I guess we will find out what our reporters were able to find.
Now we go to one of our field reporters for the breakdown. Raslan?
Thank you, Ron. With the advent of easily accessible web-enabled video games, such as one similar to what you see around me, questions of the impact they have had on social lives have been raised. There's even been shows such as South Park that have, in their own way, portrayed the gamers of the real world. It would seem that the common idea of an online gamer is an antisocial fatty sitting in a dark room with junk food all around them. Is this true? How many people think like this? We have set out to determine the true, gritty nature of the animals known only as gamers. We decided to use a real-world college. It's not as perfect as the Perfect World College, but it does have some real, non-digitized gamers, and they came in handy for our interviews. The campus of choice was none other than the University of Texas at Dallas, where the nerds are ripe for the picking, and also answering questions. So why don't we just jump right into some of our interviews?
More offline games or online games?
I guess online games.
Would you say like more social or competitive kind of gaming?
Social.
So you lean more towards computer than console?
Yeah, I guess.
So whenever you think of like, gamers, do you think of people with no social skills, or do you think
No social skills.
no social
No
skills?
social skills. Unless you're talking to someone online.
Okay.
They're fine with that, but face to face, bad at that.
Have you had any friendships that began online?
What type of sick friendships?
So you don't see gaming as social at all?
Well, I'm sure that it does have some social aspect of it because, I mean, there are like the online role-playing type games and that kind of thing. So I'm not saying that they have zero social skills. I'm just saying that they're probably a different set of social skills that kind of apply somewhere else in a different reality. Not necessarily this one.
Yeah, was
Me
it just
personally,
friends?
I memorized CD key of StarCraft 1 before I memorized my social security number.
There's a couple of others that I play that are online though, like Perfect World, Anarchy Online.
Okay.
How do you feel about Perfect World?
It's a really good MMO for a free world. WoW is not my thing.
Whenever you think of gamers, do you think of people that are antisocial or more social people?
They're actually more social to me because we all get together and we're all a part of the same community.
A few of my friends, actually, I met them through online. One of them is in Canada. We still talk.
A little bit of a strain-on relationship, but if you play together, it works out better that way.
Well, what about those scary life-sucking games like World of Warcraft?
MMOs? Are those even games?
No, they're just like treadmills, except they make you fatter. But our MMO specialist, Raslan, will fill us in on what they're doing to our social lives.
Thanks, Ron. MMORPG actually stands for Massive Multiplayer Online Role-Playing Games. In English, a role-playing game played with lots of players online.
Played with? That sounds awfully social, Raslan.
It is! More than 70% of players who play online band together to form guilds. In these guilds, leadership is established and the players go off to do quests that would be impossible by themselves. Without working together, the game cannot be fully explored.
That sounds interesting, but I feel sorry for the shy people. One strong-willed person shows up and the whole guild is taken over.
That's not necessarily true. Madam Sin, a guild leader of the game Lineage, states that players create characters give everyone equal ground. She describes herself as a shy, quiet, short, and not so much of a leader in real life. Since she can't see other people and they can't see her, it's harder to make assumptions. The meek shall inherit the perfect world. The companies behind these games are actually slowly integrating the products into social tools. Blizzard, the creator of World of Warcraft, already allows players to link their game accounts to their profile so they can compare achievements with friends and let them know when they've accomplished something.
So they clutter people's wall with useless information?
Hey! I get plenty of likes when I reach new levels.
This seems like a good time to head over to Loyk. Loyk?
Well, that all sounds fine and dandy, but MMOs aren't the only type of games that are taking over everyone's social lives. Console gaming has become a huge part of the gaming industry with about 6 times the revenue in total game sales. Most of the stereotypes that seem to be brought up are associated with PC gamers. It would seem that console gaming has become the more mainstream version of gaming, thus allowing the social aspects of console gaming to be taken for granted. Look at the Xbox, for instance. You can use chat systems to speak with up to 8 friends as you play entirely different games. You can have video chats with friends or other players through games like Uno, and you can have a Netflix movie night with friends from almost anywhere.
So you mean to tell me that consoles have become just as social, if not even more so than PC games? What kind of malarkey is this?
When you consider that consoles can now be used in conjunction with major online social networking sites, such as Facebook, they can jump from viewing a friend's profile to killing them in Call of Duty.
But couldn't they just do the same thing with their PC?
They could, but the key difference is cost. Consoles need basically no hardware upgrades, and when you buy one, you're guaranteed to be able to play a game released from that platform. PC gamers don't have that benefit, with hardware upgrades that can cost thousands easily.
Well, I must say that I've learned a great deal from all of this. But we have saved the best for last? Facebook. Is it taking over the social gaming world?
It would seem so, with 50% of Facebookers logging in to play games and an estimated 927 million hours played every month. The stats speak for themselves. The simple fact is that Facebook is a social network, the biggest in the world, so all they need to do is offer the games to users and they can flip the gaming world on its head.
All very intriguing. But the teleprompter is now telling me to say that the average Facebook gamer is actually 43-year-old women, and this army of women has surpassed the total number of WoW gamers. Fantastic.
I guess all we can say after all of this is that gaming impact on the social aspects of our lives can only continue to grow. As our technology changes, so do our social interactions.
Stay classy, perfect world.